Hey guys, welcome to Video Game Pharmacy, your weekly dose of video game news, banter, trivia, and whatever we feel like talking about today. This is episode 63. I'm Zach, and then we have Brittin.
Hey guys.
And we have Scott.
I'm Scott.
Hey Scott, welcome.
Hey Zach, welcome.
Hey Zach, you forgot something.
What was that?
The name of the show.
I thought I said Video Game Pharmacy.
VGRx. That's fine.
Should we stop?
No, this is great.
Okay, we're just gonna roll into
This is
it.
a solid intro.
And
Cool.
then we have answers.
You
for
don't
trivia.
even, you don't even know where you're going with
No, I
this.
don't. We're trying something new here.
We're going straight into trivia.
We
going
already
straight
tried
into trivia.
something new.
We
I
try
know.
something new every week. I don't know if you realize that.
I know.
Exactly.
It's constantly changing.
Yes.
The pharmacy is now open.
So last week I asked, because we were talking about Sekiro, I asked, what is the fastest speed run?
That's right.
But we'll go off the answer that I had last week, and then we'll talk about
Things
what
have changed.
What I know you guys want to talk
Things
about.
have changed within a week.
That's madness.
Yes.
Do you guys remember what your initial guesses were?
I said I think I spitballed a guess of 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Something
you were
like that.
probably pretty close. I said 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because it's only been 2 weeks, right?
It's only
Since
been
the game
2
came out,
weeks.
if even that.
So when we asked it, the first records got put on speedrun.com, and the fastest at that time last week was 50 minutes.
Which is about a week after the game came
Yeah.
out.
But
That's
guess what
insane.
it's at now?
What is it?
It's I think 37 minutes.
It's insane. 'Cause
Yeah.
You
What the heck?
texted us.
Yeah, I texted you guys because I was like, "Hey, look at this. This is pretty
Wow.
impressive." Hang on, I'll pull it up. 39 minutes 10 seconds.
Oh my!
So
goodness.
I'm guessing they're skipping 80% of the content.
can-
just doing some core bosses and
you
maybe doing some
can-
glitches.
And that's still any percentage.
That is, yeah, that's still I believe any percent. Here's the problem with that is that, well, I haven't beaten the game yet, so I want to beat the game and then I'll watch the speedrun because I'd really like to see how they do it, because there's literally points that you can't get past at all until you defeat certain bosses.
I know.
So you have to figure out a way to extremely quickly defeat these bosses to move on. Yeah.
So
And I'll tell you why.
Well, it's like the fog walls. There's fog
I know.
walls in certain
In Dark
points.
Souls 2, there was something similar. There was this gate where you had to take out 3 major bosses before you can go through it,
Yeah.
basically. And these are bosses at the end of huge areas with mini bosses and everything,
Yeah.
which is a big chunk of the game. But people found a way to get outside of the environment, outside of
Oh,
the geometry,
yeah, yeah.
and go around that one gate.
Yes.
And therefore, you not only surpass that gate, but all the bosses that precede it.
You are right.
I bet there's something like that going on
I'm
here.
sure there is. There's people blowing out of balance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that we can't, or there won't be glitchless runs.
Right. I appreciate these kind of runs where
Mm-hmm.
it's just as fast as humanly possible, but I do appreciate a good glitchless run too, where you're not taking advantage of any brokenness in the game,
Yeah.
It'll take a little bit because I'm sure people are still trying to figure out strats and stuff like that. So
Oh, yeah.
we will see.
37
Fun
minutes.
game.
That's
Fun
insane.
game though. Fun game.
Did you beat it yet?
No.
That's a
Are
good
you
name.
speedrunning it yet?
Killian did.
He told me.
My friend Cody did.
People are beating it.
Whoa!
I don't know what that. I don't know if that made it
I
in.
thought that
but
was- Yeah.
Syntax error.
yeah.
Something's going on.
That was
there.
Windows, guys. We operate on Windows here.
Cool. At least it wasn't like an alarm of some kind in this room.
Scott,
I mean, hey, Zach.
do you think you could ever get under or to an hour or under an hour?
God, no. Are you kidding me? I'm awful at those games.
I mean, if he's doing what these guys are doing, maybe.
Yeah, I'd have to learn strats and stuff like that, but
When the From games get really crazy is when people are playing them with guitars and dance pads and doing no damage
Yes.
runs and
Oh, yeah.
and naked runs. That's when
those
it gets
are fun.
crazy.
I mean, there's not really such thing as naked runs in this game, so
Okay, yeah.
I
equipment's
guess you could
just,
do it without tools because you don't need to use them.
Yeah.
But
There's that famous Dark Souls 2 run where there's no armor used, and they get a wooden soup ladle from the very first
Yes.
set of NPCs in the game.
Yes.
Play the whole game with that.
yeah,
That's insane.
there was a guy who just recently beat Dark Souls 3 without getting hit, and he did it for every single one of the games. So basically, he would beat a game,
Yeah, he did the whole trilogy.
yeah, he did the whole trilogy. He didn't do it if he got hit once, he'd restart the whole game. There
No,
was save states and stuff like
No,
that.
he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you're
really?
talking about the same guy I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
we might be talking about the same guy.
And I believe he got through part 1 and 2 and really far through 3 and then took a hit and he started from the first game
he got
again.
to the last
Oh,
boss.
no.
Yeah, it was nuts.
He got to the last boss. That's what it was.
That's
I
hardcore.
remember seeing the video of it. He got hit right at the last boss when he had barely any health left.
That's madness.
How I would give up.
I know.
I would give up if I went hitless through 1 and 2 congruently, got to 3, last boss of the game with like less than 25% health and got hit. I would have quit. I would have quit Twitch at that point.
I would have quit life at that point.
I would have thrown my monitor against the wall.
You would have gone to account settings and delete account, and
Yeah.
then you would have threw your monitor.
I would have done it live on stream of showing me deleting my Twitch account.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, I would be like, "This is it, guys." Boop.
But at that point, he knew he could do it, so he had to try
No,
again. And then
no.
he did it.
At that
he
point,
did it very shortly thereafter.
That's true.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
love how we're not even saying his name because we don't know.
I know, I feel bad, but I'm still very impressed.
Exactly. Hey, can we talk about some stuff that happened? or
Yeah,
no?
Zach, you
Man.
got anything else before we get going on like news and
nah,
whatnot?
man.
Cool.
That's it.
All right.
Yo,
What you got?
can I tell you
Tell me something.
how excited I am for
Something
Borderlands 3?
What's that? What's Borderlands 3?
What is Borderlands 3?
Well,
Well,
yo-
I'm glad you asked.
Your boy Randy.
My boy
Tell me
Randy,
about him.
he made this game back in the Disney called Borderlands 1.
Okay.
And he followed it up with a even better game called Borderlands 2.
Good. I like
And
this.
then there was it was an okay game of Borderlands the pre-sequel.
Mhm. Something to hold us over.
Something to hold
for
us
apparently
over.
10 years.
And then
been a long
Borderlands 3.
We've been waiting for this for a long time.
And I can tell you it's definitely a mixed bag of reactions.
Is it?
Yeah, one of the big ones I think it was like a IGM or GameSpot. I said IGM.
That's
IGN.
fine. I wasn't going to draw attention.
IGN or GameSpot. They said 10 years of waiting and hype just to be let down by this trailer.
Hang
or
on,
something like
Wow.
that.
real quick.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Can I sideline us real quick?
Yeah,
No.
that's fine.
Can we make a company called IGM and called Insider Gaming Monthly?
And then what?
We'll do nothing.
We'll just own it for when someone
Somebody-
else wants to.
Somebody's
I'll sell
already
it.
squatting on that domain,
yeah,
I'm sure.
guarantee it. All right, Scott, continue. I'm sorry.
So these trailers kind of came out congruently with PAX happening last week. It was definitely a big point of conversation.
Yeah, Gearbox had a big blowout at
Huge
PAX.
panel.
Tons of news, not just Borderlands 3. We'll talk
Yeah.
about some of that after the fact maybe, but
But Borderlands is that biggest thing. 'Cause
That was the
it's
focus.
something we've all been clamoring for. Me personally, I love the Borderlands series. I've played 1 and 2
Yeah.
multiple times.
Uh-huh.
Not only did they announce a remastered edition of Borderlands 1 with all the DLC, which I am absolutely going to play,
right.
but they also announced more information for 3.
Yeah.
Gave us trailers, gave us enemies, bosses, different locations.
So what were the
new-
highlights of the trailer for you?
For me,
Yeah.
the returning faces.
Okay.
I think the fact that they go from having these playable characters in 1 and 2 to being main story plots in the game.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
Yep.
Because it's like, wow, I literally played with you, this character.
So I know
or
your backstory
yeah,
already.
so I know everything about you, and
Yeah.
now you are driving the story.
Yeah, it's cool. Lilith seemed pretty prominently featured in the trailer.
Yep, she was very. I mean, both of them were both sirens from both games.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A couple other faces that we saw that I was really excited is we saw Tiny Tina all grown up.
Yeah, that's right.
So Tiny Tina all grown
Maybe
up.
she's matured a little bit. Maybe she's not quite as crazy as she
I
used
highly
to
doubt
be.
it. I highly
Maybe she
doubt
doesn't
it.
want to blow everything up. now.
Another one is, and I can't really tell you that I knew too much about this, but basically one of the characters that we saw in the game was a character from the pre-sequel who worked with Handsome Jack, and essentially, and this is spoilers. We're getting into spoilers. I believe this is spoilers from the pre-sequel. This character took over Handsome Jack's position as like the president of Hyperion after Handsome Jack died.
I think you're actually digging into Tales from the Borderlands lore here.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's literally the same character, but he has an evil mustache now.
Okay.
Yep. Claptrap is back as well.
Yep.
That was another
course.
character. And guess what? Bazillion gazillion guns.
No way.
Yes.
I thought sure they would take that feature out. by
Not
the third
only are there guns with legs,
Yeah.
but there's also mech suits and stuff.
Yeah.
So there,
That looks like it's one of the new classes, right? this mech character.
this is one of the there's a couple different classes. We know one of them's a siren. Another
Yep.
one looks like it's going to be like Gage, I believe it was from Borderlands 2, which was the Mechromancer.
Right.
We have a soldier S class and like a brute S class.
One of them looks like they actually command minions. Like they can take control of enemies on the battlefield
cool.
and have them fight for them. Some
Okay,
kind of Beastmaster class.
It kind of seems like they're sticking with the whole
4 classes.
4 classes formula.
And then maybe add some DLC.
Yeah, but this seems like 3 of them are like newer classes, and then you have like the Siren, which is kind of a staple to the Borderlands series. Here's the thing, though, is I really want to know how this Siren fits into the whole plot, because there's only, I believe they said there was 4. There used to be 5, and then Handsome Jack killed one of them, and then took control of Angel.
Yeah.
And then there was 3, which was Lilith. Wow, God, man, what's her name from the second game?
Don't know.
I cannot remember off the top of my head. And then this new one. But I don't know if this new one was a part of like the group of 4 sirens that they talked about.
Okay.
Because you learn more about sirens in a couple side quests. So we know that there's only 4, and this is our 4th one.
People have been digging deep into
absolutely.
the lore of this trailer, what they can dig apart in this
100%.
trailer. There's 2 new protagonists.
Yes.
Handsome Jack is dead and gone. It looks like these 2 menacing punk-looking characters are the new protagonists of the game.
Yep.
And people picked out that these characters actually have siren symbols on them.
Yes, I did notice
like
that.
Tattoos, right? I don't. That kind of like distinguishes a siren. These markings that they have on them.
Yep, the blue markings.
Also worth noting, one of these characters is a guy, and typically in the past we've only had female sirens, so that's a little weird too.
So I'm really excited to kind of see the story.
Yeah.
Like,
also one more thing.
Yeah.
Lilith's tattoos, her markings were missing in the trailer. They're actually gone.
Interesting.
So who knows? Maybe somebody's stealing powers from somebody else.
Maybe she pulled an All Might from My Hero Academia and gave her powers to someone else.
To a bad guy, apparently.
Maybe. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm really excited because, everyone plays Borderlands with the intention of blowing things up, collecting a lot of guns, and a bunch of silly dialogue.
That's exactly what I do.
The story's deep.
You're really into the story.
I'm really into the story. The story's really, really good. Like everything about it. Like, so that, they definitely have humor to push it along, but when you really get into it, it's good.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for it. To the naysayers, go play Borderlands 2 and let the real fans play Borderlands 3.
Well, based on what we've seen, it looks like the story will deliver. It looks like it's pretty deep lore.
Everything about it looks really... like I said, and I think we talked about this before this whole... like, when we heard rumors... Remember when Gearbox was just throwing little teasers? One of the things I said was, I'd be very happy if it's the same game as 2 with new story and guns.
Yeah, and we know we're getting at least that now.
Yes, but
hopefully much
what
more
I'm
than
happy
that.
with.
Yeah,
I'm very happy. I just want to find loot boxes everywhere and do stupid quests.
See, that's what I'm in it for. The action, the shooting's fantastic in Borderlands. It's always felt great.
Yeah,
the loot is very compelling. Leveling up is cool. The skill trees are cool. So that's kind of why I'm there. But maybe I will pay closer attention to the story next time.
Do you have anything to say about this trailer? Because, well, first of all, I should say.
Oh, I do. But go first.
I should say we have a release date for it.
Yeah, that's true.
September 13th.
Yep.
But they kind of oofed.
And it happened to be April 1st, which made the goof seem even more whatever. What's actually going on here?
So they released a tweet saying, what was it?
It said...
Mayhem is coming September 13th.
Yep.
And then deleted the tweet.
Right.
But then it comes out 2 days later that's the actual date.
Yeah.
So they were trying to play it off as an oopsie, but I feel
maybe
like
it was an April Fool's joke. The joke was, we're going to make you guys think it's coming and then not coming and then coming again.
Yeah, exactly.
You got us good, Gearbox.
Well, for some reason, I was assuming that they were going to release the game on the 4th.
Oh.
Literally today.
Oh, wow.
So,
you thought it was here.
Yeah, I thought the game was here and they were just going to release it. Be like, oh, yep, game's out.
Got it.
I thought they were going to pull a Bethesda and be like, oh, yeah, Fallout 4, that game everyone's been looking forward to?
Yeah.
It's coming out in a couple months.
That's hard, though, because you got to get games into retail.
Yeah,
and somebody somewhere along the lines in a store is going to let that slip, you know? That'd be tough.
They have to build up hype for something like this. And I know we've all been waiting very patiently.
We have a long time. I don't know when Borderlands 2 came out. It feels like a decade.
A long time ago.
Yeah, right.
And want to know what's funny is it's still an amazing game to play.
Great.
It's still a lot of fun.
One other thing about the trailer.
Yes, please.
There's some new environments that look fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of it.
Giant cityscapes.
I'd say about 60% of the environments were kind of unremarkable. Just stuff we've seen before. The wastelands, of course. maybe like some jungle, some swampy areas.
Yeah.
But the city, you just mentioned that. There's basically what looks like you're in the middle of a futuristic New York City, giant buildings that are all lit up. And we didn't see anything like that in any of the previous Borderlands
Nope,
games.
not at all.
So is that even on Pandora, or is this somewhere else entirely?
I have no
Maybe
idea.
we're planet hopping now and visiting other places.
Well, I'll tell you the one real like big place that stood out to me most in the trailer was it, and it was just like a little blip. It was a area for vault hunters.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to see like, because in the first game you just thought that it was these 4 people searching for vaults, and then we come to find out that there's a million more vaults all over the universe.
Spoilers for the first game.
Yeah, sorry. Well, that's more like a second game type stuff. But regardless, I'm really excited to see this Vault Hunter city that they've seemed to create from like scraps.
It's almost like maybe a pirate hangout,
Yes,
That
yes.
sounds really cool, actually.
I'm really excited to see it because, not all Vault Hunters are going to be working together.
Yeah.
Clearly, because, Handsome Jack was trying to find the vault, and you had these 4 Vault Hunters who were trying to stop him, and they wanted to find the vault. Everyone's trying to find the vault, But I'm really excited to see all the unique characters, if they have a bunch of unique characters in this city.
You won't have to wait long.
We won't have to wait long.
Because there is a further reveal coming May 1st.
Yes.
They're calling it a gameplay reveal. So
Okay.
there's going to be some kind of stream or pre-recorded video on May 1st that they'll roll out to show us a lot more about this game.
I hope it's streamed. I don't want it pre-produced.
No?
No.
You know, like the Nintendo Direct style?
I want like hard evidence,
Do you want to know
Right
what
there
I
live.
want them to do?
Okay.
I want them to go back to the olden days and drop a demo. Be like, hey, you guys can have this demo and play it.
Yeah.
Remember back, like,
be fine with that.
we used to download demos off, like, Xbox and stuff like that and be like, everyone gets so excited for demos. They don't do demos anymore. Very rarely.
I played a Yoshi's Crafted World demo a
Very
couple months ago.
Rarely.
We played Project Octopath Traveler
Very
6 months before.
rarely.
I'm just saying. Some companies are still doing it,
Yes.
but not all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like that too. If there was a demo for this, I'd play it for sure.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
My boy's at the helm, so we know it's going to be good.
So-
Yeah, boy, Randy.
Yeah,
you
my
got so
boy.
many boys.
Look,
kinda
I
crazy.
can't help who I went to high school with.
That's
okay?
true.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Zach, how do you feel about all this?
I'm excited. I remember playing the first Borderlands with friends, and I'm not into the story at all.
Fair.
Sad.
I mean, I kind of know how everything's kind of working.
Did you
but
play the second one?
I want to say yes.
Okay, cool. Because the second one has way more story than the first one. The first one's literally just you run and gun.
But it's literally like I just played it. I ran around, shot stuff, drove stuff.
You had fun.
Collected loot, had
Yeah.
fun, and so I want that again.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Do you want to play?
I do want to play.
Dude, we'll play the remastered version.
Are you gonna get
of
on PlayStation? Are you gonna wait for PC or are you gonna get on console? That's the question.
Well,
for
here
you.
kind of brings it up to this next point. Is I was going to talk about this is the PC won't be getting it on Steam right away, which
Yeah,
is
on
really,
Epic Store.
really, really frustrating. Epic Games will have it for the first 6 months exclusively.
Yeah, until
That's
April
so weird.
2020.
Yep, until April 2020, and they said kind of partially the reason why is because Epic's what's the word I'm looking for? Their Steam basically only takes a 17% cut of potential sales, where Steam takes 30.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's really what it comes down to.
That I feel like that has a big.
But you have so much more visibility on
Yes,
Steam.
absolutely.
So it's a trade-off.
They're gaining more money in the short run.
Yeah.
I think it was a very poor
Seems
decision
short-sighted.
on their part, because maybe it's because I'm a Steam snob. I like having all my games in one place.
No, I mean, I'm with you.
I
don't like having all these different digital
No,
platforms. It's annoying.
I'm not going to be like, I felt bad because I bought Burnout Paradise on Epic's game Source Engine just because they didn't have it on Steam, and now I never play it because I never open Epic's launcher at all, ever.
Yeah.
Why would you, if it is a money thing? Think of it like this: you're giving more money to Steam, but you have twice the amount of people on Steam versus Epic game launchers. And people can
Right.
say Fortnite all they want, but I can tell you that most Fortnite players probably still have a much larger Steam library than they do an Epic game library.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So if it is a money value, I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot, because less than 15% isn't that massive of a number to me. Like
There must have been some other money that changed hands. Maybe Epic incentivized them to use the Epic Game Store exclusively, at least for a period of time.
I would foresee that. When it comes to buying it for what console, I'm really hoping that they do cross-platform. I mean, they're doing it for Fortnite. Why can't they do it for other games too?
So, and this brings me back to like playing the original. I believe it's not crossplay, but split screen, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing split screen with buddies.
Ooh,
just
gross.
having a ton of fun.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I can hopefully play with you guys.
Yeah, I want
online,
to. I don't want to. I don't want to buy it for a console. I want to play it on my PC.
On your PC.
That's how
Sony's kind of stubborn. We'll see what they do with this one.
Yeah.
And
when it comes to crossplay.
Another thing that worries me though, because you guys seen it, but they're talking about all the DLC, all the skins, all these paid extras. Can this go wrong?
No, because they've done it before and it's been fine. All their DLC has been fantastic DLC.
And these games, when they release, are huge games. There's plenty of content. So nobody really feels gypped when the DLC starts to roll out.
No. So if people want to pay for... And the something that they did for like Borderlands 2, and they still do it today, which is what I noticed, is they have this thing called like the golden chest in one part in Borderlands 2, and you'd have to pay money for these golden keys. But they literally give out keys like candy for free.
They tweet them out all
the time. Like, they'll literally just send out a tweet and be like, hey, guys, here's 5 golden keys here's the codes for them. First people to get them, boom.
And you open the chest and it has a random selection of high-end loot in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on your level.
So, if they do microtransactions, it's not anything that they haven't done before. A lot of it's going to be cosmetic stuff. But when it comes to, like, the DLC and stuff, the amount of DLC that you get is huge. Like, one of the biggest ones was they did like a Tiny Tina Dungeons and Dragons thing.
I didn't play that one. It looked awesome.
It was awesome. They added so much new content and it was long.
Yeah.
It was huge. So it was a lot of fun. So when it comes to like DLC and stuff like that, I'm not worried. I think they'll do a great job of giving us enough to warrant paying $50 for 4 DLCs down the line.
Now, how many extra worlds did they include in that trailer? Was it?
They didn't.
What do you mean by extra?
They didn't say
like
worlds.
Those other areas.
Stuff we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4 that didn't look like stuff we've seen in past games.
Could those be part of the DLC?
No, everything they showed is in the
this
game.
is all going
Is
to
in
be
the
current
game?
Yeah,
game,
definitely not.
All right.
Yeah, they might like focus in on one of those areas and do a whole DLC pack there. They've done stuff like that in the past, but I think everything we've seen so far is just the core game.
I just hope they do everything right.
Yeah,
I think they will. They might.
They've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
Randy Pitchford said during the presentation something like 7 years.
Yeah.
This game has actually been in development for something like 7 years. So the whole time they were releasing stuff like Battleborn and the pre-sequel.
What's Battleborn?
And we're all going, what are you guys doing? They were doing something. They just weren't ready to bring it to us yet.
Hey, there's something about, and Miyamoto said it best himself.
We quote this all the time.
All
but
the
it's
time.
Great.
What is it? A rush game is doomed to fail, but a game that's delayed
Will eventually be good.
Yeah, will
something
eventually
along
be good.
those lines.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I would help you, but it's more fun to just see what you come up
Thank you.
with.
Well, thank you for watching me struggle and embarrass me.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
So, Scott, real quick, would you
Yes.
consider just buying the physical copy for PC or no?
Yes.
Instead of, you still have to open it probably through the Epic Game Store, but then you feel like you actually purchased something.
I would buy the physical game.
So the reason I ask, there's a $250 special edition you can pre-order at GameStop if you're interested.
Do you want to know what's funny?
What?
Is I pre-ordered it.
Did you?
No,
Okay.
I did. But Borderlands 2, I did pre-order their like $250 bundle.
That's
It came
crazy.
with like a chest and a bunch of extra stuff. I still have it.
One of them came with an RC Claptrap, I think. I don't remember which.
That was
which
pre.
game
That was the pre-sequel.
The pre-sequel. Okay.
The one that I got was like, it was like a loot box, and it had a ton of stuff, and it had one of the coolest things it had was an art book. But this art book wasn't just like any art book. It was signed by every single person who worked on the game. And these weren't just like pressed on signatures. Like, these were like real Sharpied signatures by the team.
And that was only $250, or was it more?
It was like $250, $300, something like that. But I remember buying it, and it was like the coolest thing
That's
ever.
similar to this one. It comes with a loot chest, like you just described, and the loot chest has the game, of course, 10 character figurines, which is a lot of figures for one special edition, and a Sanctuary 3 ship snap model. a model of some kind of vehicle in the game. So there's a lot of stuff in this special edition. I don't know if I'm a big enough fan to buy a $250 version of the game, but I'll definitely play the game.
Think of it this way. The game comes out in September, so if you put $15 towards it every single paycheck, you'll be there in no time.
Yeah.
When's the last time you bought a game on release, Brittin?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Physically.
Last week.
What'd you buy?
Physically?
Yeah,
I don't buy physical games.
Yeah, I know. We know you. That's the question
time,
we're asking.
the last time I did was God of War.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah.
the original God of War?
No, the one that just came out last year.
Oh, okay.
And I played a lot of it.
Why'd you buy the physical version?
I don't do digital on PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Because I've told you guys this recently, like the last 4 or 5 big releases that I was super pumped about on PS4, I just didn't get through. I tried and I really wanted to enjoy it, but I just didn't get through them. I don't know why.
Sorry, I'm looking up the Borderlands.
Part of it's that
thing.
I'm spoiled with the Switch and I can just pick it up and play anytime and I don't have to like carve out a chunk of time to go play. So that's not the game's fault. I won't hold it against the games.
Eat your heart out. I'm joking.
So that's probably it for Borderlands, right?
Yeah.
We good?
I think we're all
we
pretty
good. There's going to
excited.
be another big reveal early next month, and we'll have more to talk about then. So
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll come back to it then. You guys want to talk about? Do you want our weekly battle royale update with Zach, or do you guys want to talk about something E3 related that I'm interested in talking about?
Oh, let's go E3.
Where should we
man.
go?
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't have anything positive this week about battle royales.
Oh darn! I was hoping some of this was good news. Okay, we'll get to it. This won't take too long, but it was interesting to me. We've talked a lot about how companies are backing away from E3 a little bit, maybe lightening their presence at E3.
Uh-huh.
And we have heard now officially from your boy Todd Howard, Scott.
My boy.
Your boy Todd. During a Bethesda Game Days stream recently, he was asked about Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, the 2 huge, earth-shattering announcements from Bethesda at E3 last year. And this is what he said. Before everyone asks, please be patient. It's going to be a long time. It's not something we're going to be talking about at E3, either of those games this year. Patience, please. So neither of those are going to make an appearance at E3 this year. And that kind of bummed me out. It's not that I expected them to be there, but somewhere deep down inside, I hoped we would hear more about one of those games this year.
You knew that we wouldn't, though.
Because Bethesda proper, I mean, I feel like Fallout 76 was some kind of side team, not the main Todd Howard team exclusively at Bethesda. They've got to be plugging away more on Elder Scrolls 6, you would think, right? That means the last big project that they released was Fallout 4.
Yeah.
It's been years. So how many more years do you guys think it's going to be till we hear more about Elder Scrolls 6?
Well, I mean, we just waited almost 10 for Borderlands 3.
Yeah,
so
just to put it in frame of reference for you.
So
You're not wrong. That's a bummer. I want him to get it right. Again, going back to the Miyamoto quote, I want him to get it right. But
what's the quote?
I was
why
hoping.
don't you try and say it this time? Wow.
Because if I got it wrong, I'd look real dumb after making fun of you.
So when did Fallout 4 come out?
Fallout 4, I don't know the year. Was
Google
it
it.
2015?
I don't know. Let me Google it. I think you're right. I think it was like 2015.
So this year will have been 4 years on that. That came out somewhere
November 10th, 2015.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
4
it's been
years
4
later
years.
this year. And then, do you want to look really quick at when Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim came out? I think it was 11/11/11, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Ooh. You
So-
said what? 5?
5.
5?
Skyrim.
I don't play Elder Scrolls.
Whoa, man.
I know.
You're like, this conversation's boring.
Have you never played Elder Scrolls?
I never played Skyrim. I never played Elder
You
Scrolls.
gotta play Elder
Why?
You gotta play Skyrim, man.
Dude,
Just
I don't
'cause?
know. Yeah, just 'cause
Bro,
just
I will
haven't-
buy you.
There's no dislike towards it
What-
at all.
Should I?
Actually, looks kind of cool.
Gift him Skyrim on Steam, will you?
Skyrim or
Oh, wait, Steam wouldn't work.
Skyrim or Oblivion?
Definitely Skyrim.
I personally loved Oblivion way better.
I know. Skyrim's going to be way easier to get into, though,
That's
at this point.
Skyrim came out,
and you can
November
literally get it
11th,
on anything. So
2011.
So, yeah, that was 11/11/11. That was
11/11.
that was pretty much exactly a 4-year gap. So this year will be another 4-year gap. But we have the variable of Fallout 76 that just threw a wrench in everything, which makes me hate that game even more.
Wow.
If they didn't waste time on that, we probably could have conceivably been hearing about Elder Scrolls 6 at this year.
Did they waste time on it?
4 years.
I mean, this is some. You got to remember, the thing about 76 is it was a game that literally everyone asked for. The whole plane Fallout.
We thought we wanted it.
Yeah, but it was something that we all thought we wanted, and
I know.
Then we got it, and everyone revolted against it.
Okay, but consider this: we got Elder Scrolls Online, right?
Yes,
and they appropriately handed that off to another team.
Yes,
and they did a good job with it by all accounts. People like that game. It went over all right, and people still play a lot of it.
But
there's been 5 expansions.
It's an MMORPG where Fallout 76 was not an MMORPG.
I'm just saying, give it to a team that is good at that kind of thing, that wants to make that kind of project, that will do it justice. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you can keep doing what you do so well, which is amazing single-player, massive open-world RPGs.
So just a little tidbit here. Elder Scrolls Online was developed by ZeniMax Online Studios.
Okay. Cool.
Online. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really funny.
ZeniMax is the parent company of Bethesda.
And published by Bethesda Software.
Interesting. Okay. Gotcha.
I think it's really funny that like this was their first major blunder, and as far as back as I can remember, Bethesda never made mistakes when it came to the games.
Everyone's allowed a couple of those, but
this was a pretty big.
If it messes up the schedule by a couple
this
years...
wasn't just a trip on a pebble. They jumped off a cliff.
I'd say this is one of the biggest goofs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in recent gaming
This
history.
was, as the kids say nowadays, a big oof.
I've never heard a kid say that before.
Oh, maybe that's just me.
Wait, you're a kid, so I guess I have now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Aww,
anytime.
Thanks. Give them my social security number next.
What are you saying?
Because I've been playing it off like all these guys are like my friend from high school, like Randy and those guys.
I wasn't going to call and check with any of them, but maybe I should. Hey, they sign your yearbook?
What? Yeah.
Your boys?
Yeah, my boys. I'll bring it.
You should.
I'll just keep with the meme at this point.
Next year, maybe?
Yeah.
I think Elder Scrolls 6 is next, and Starfield is further out.
Well, we won't see it next year.
Why'd they announce it at E3 last year, then?
Because they just wanted to...
I mean, it wasn't even really an announcement. It was a pop on the screen at the very end.
It was the title.
Hey, there was a trailer of
everybody
a camera
lost it.
panning over a field.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
Man.
I know. I get why they did it, and I also think they should.
Do you remember The Last Guardian? Okay, let's.
I try to forget.
Let's talk about that game for a second.
Think about how long we've known about Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And then we're finally maybe gonna be able to see more.
Look at the release date of The Witcher 3. I don't think it was more than 4 years, was it?
The Witcher 3 was also one of the best games of all time.
I'm just saying, Cyberpunk seems like it's been a long time.
Which I don't understand.
Been as long as you think it has.
I don't understand why that game. Everyone loves that game. So I hated that game.
Really?
It is so boring, dude.
Really?
It was so boring, and there was just too much going on with like the menus and just.
Okay.
I honestly didn't even know how to go on a quest because I couldn't tell what I was doing half the time.
Yeah, I tried too, and I had a similar experience. Yeah. So I get where you're coming
from.
Their
tutorials are garbage.
They're rough.
That doesn't bode well for me because I just bought it.
You just bought The Witcher 3?
Yeah,
wow, really?
On PlayStation, yeah, it was on sale.
Talk to our buddy Killian about that.
Yeah.
He loves that game.
Yeah,
if you want to play it, you'll have to really dive deep into it.
Oh, great.
Get ready.
Because I think it's because I'm spoiled on like things like Skyrim and stuff where they make it very simple for stupid people like me.
Don't be so hard on
where
yourself.
The Witcher 3 doesn't make it simple, but they add a lot more layers to it. I'll definitely give it that.
Yeah. I think we need to tell you right now, Zach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Skyrim over The Witcher 3, 10 times out of 10. If you're about to dive into one of those games, I think you should consider Skyrim instead of The Witcher.
You know what? I think
you also get to fight dragons.
You get to fight dragons, and you get to yell at them.
I think this is a good segue.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a very subtle segue because we were talking about E3.
It's not a segue if you're talking about segues.
Hey, let me finish before I lose my point here.
Sorry.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Bad. So we're talking about E3. We kind of wrapped that up, and then I want to talk about battle royales.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You literally just told us you didn't want to talk about battle royales.
Well, I wanted to save it. I didn't want to save it. I wanted to push it back because I'm not happy.
Okay.
I uninstalled Apex Legends.
Whoa. What the heck?
I uninstalled.
It's okay.
I asked you last week what your top 5 battle royales were. Apex was at the top.
I was pretty on it, man.
Oh, man. Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't played it in months.
Whoa. And I did notice on Twitch it's down to like 40,000. Yeah. And Fortnite's usually above that at this point again.
It is definitely dropped.
Wow.
It's not the Fortnite killer we wanted it to be.
We thought it was.
It's not.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, so I installed Apex. I downloaded Blackout to try the new map. And I ended up uninstalling it after about 4 games.
You're
Wow.
mad at battle royales.
I don't have Fortnite anymore, and then I still have Battlefield because the main Battlefield experience is really intriguing to me because the realism aspect to it,
Yeah.
and then Firestorm I'm getting better at.
All right.
But Apex, hop back on with Apex, and the only person I really play with now is Killian. Hop back on with Killian, and it's
So
just,
that was why you uninstalled it, is because
yeah, it's absolutely Killian.
Cool.
100%.
Whatever, you guys-
100%.
We hop back on mediocre games. Everybody, like, people that are mainlining it are really good. You don't really get wins too often anymore just because the skill level has risen.
Yeah.
The gameplay is bland.
It's a high
It's
ceiling.
been 2 months of gaming of the same thing over and over, and we get a couple things. We get a new gun, we get some skins, and we get a new hero, a new legend. And so I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done with this single player. I'm done with this repetitive motion of getting killed over and over with this
Wow.
non-dynamic gameplay.
I-
Because it's not new anymore.
Yeah.
It's not new.
It's not.
This different style of fast-paced gameplay isn't significant anymore.
Crazy.
So
Yo,
I uninstalled
I'm
it.
shocked to hear all this.
I stopped playing battle royales when just PUBG got stale.
Well, I mean, you played some
I-
Apex recently,
I mean, yeah, I played Apex
just
for
to
a bit
check it out.
for the first couple weeks of its launch, but
Right.
I honestly haven't gotten back on.
Wow.
I hopped on and played a couple games. And I just like, man, battle royales are just so boring. Like,
This is crazy.
I'm okay.
You guys are blowing
Hang
my
on,
mind right now.
can I continue real
It's
quick?
not fair though for me personally because I'm not a massive multiplayer fan, which is ironic because I play Dota, but
Mhm.
I'm not into multiplayer games really.
Wow.
Continue your thought.
So, after I uninstalled Apex, I was like, I want to try Blackout. I haven't played Blackout in like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Let me hop back on. Plus, a new map came out. I want to try that. Hop back on, play a single game of Blackout on the normal map, get killed. I was like, all right, let me go try the new map. Absolutely hated the new map.
What's wrong with it?
So it's called Alcatraz. It is what you think it is. It's the prison island, zombie theme, very dark. They only have one game mode that you can play it in, and that's squads. So you hop in with 4 random people. And then along with that, it's no jumps. There's no parachutes. You just get teleported above the map, and you follow the map. And then along with that, it's not traditional where it's one and out. You get 4 respawns. And so
weird.
basically you get killed. Every player on the team, or every single player, has 4 respawns, and then you respawn with a pistol. It ends up where you end up getting killed by these people that have the guns that are really good.
Sure.
Just getting killed over and over again, and this super like crazy, chaotic, insignificant gameplay, where even when you when you respawn, you just get dropped in above the same spot
okay.
over and over and over again, and it's not.
That
good.
sounds like a match of TDM, basically.
It exactly is. This is a bigger TDM.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So I played that. I was like, this game mode isn't for me. This map isn't for me. The map is too small. It doesn't have that giant world, like free kind of survival feeling to it. It has a very team deathmatch feel.
Sure.
I was like, it's not for me. Went back to normal Blackout. Played one game. Walked into a room. I spent the whole game. I think I was like last 15 people. Spent the whole game looting. Got like 2 or 3 kills. Walked in the room. Got killed by a dude sitting in the corner in the dark.
Right.
I uninstalled it.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me.
That's annoying.
So with that,
You were having a day.
playing
Uh-huh.
played Firestorm yesterday, got killed by a camper, and I'm like, you know what, I'm liking the game. Played today, amazing. Like, it's
Okay.
new, it's a different feel, it's more tactical, more PUBG-esque. I'm liking it, but in the end, after playing all these battle royales and saying, I'm just fed up with the single player experience on them,
Yeah.
I want something wholesome.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Wow.
I'm ready for something else. So
A big meaty RPG. What better way to cleanse your palate?
reinstalled Horizon, bought
Oh, okay.
bought Witcher.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, what you're describing is part of the reason I have never really gravitated toward these games or any multiplayer shooters really for more than like 10, 20 hours and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I always want a cool story fed to me, or I always want really cool leveling or, advancing your character mechanics.
Yeah.
Those games don't have any of that.
Now, I think even if Firestorm dies off for me, or if it doesn't end up like I get pulled into it and just addicted to it,
Yep.
I think the mainline Battlefield experience, along with all the DLC and stuff they release for free, is gonna like keep me there, and
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going back to it because you guys heard those only in Battlefield moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is truly
It's a real
a thing. It's a
Okay.
thing to be playing Battlefield and just be like, this is absolutely chaos.
Have you played them in the past, or is this
Yeah,
your first?
yeah. I played 3. I
Okay.
played Battlefield 2.
Okay.
And then 4, and then I played 1, and then now 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm baffled that.
Well, my world has just been shaken to the core. I don't know what to believe
so-
anymore. I thought battle royales were going to be on everyone's radar for a long, long time. But
And
I mean,
apparently they get old.
they get
Who'd have knew?
it's the
who'da
same.
thunk it?
It's the same thing. Like
I know, but a lot of games are the same thing over and over, and it works, and it lasts.
no,
Like
but this
Mario is variations on the same thing over and over
this
again,
is
but it's
30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're good enough.
right. But look at Counter-Strike.
Okay.
It's even less than that, and
There's
it's
different maps.
There's a few, but everybody plays Dust, and that's it.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I never played Counter-Strike, so I don't really have too
Oh,
much to
okay.
say. But what I'm saying is, like, oh my god, you just get so sick of battle royales. The cool, like Fortnite does it cool because they changed the map, and yeah, it's pretty nifty. And you know, PUBG, they added new maps, and that's still 30 minutes of your time that you're potentially taking, flushing down the drain, and realizing you're never gonna get it back just because you're gonna play another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, try playing an MMO you have before, Scotty,
Yeah.
for 5 years of your life.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of that time saying, what did I just spend all that time doing?
Then you make a new character,
Right.
and then you re-level, do it all over again. But at least that's
That
5
comes to an end too
years, and
someday.
not just 30 minutes of the same thing.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So I mean, man, I just want something wholesome.
Wait, Zach.
Hey,
Yeah. just
I have
something
a
wholesome.
question for you.
What?
What if the floor was lava, though?
Oh man.
Would that change anything?
Absolutely not.
No.
God.
So along with
I'm gonna fall
Fortnite's
out.
ever-changing world, they introduced a new game mode. It's not the main game mode; it's the side mode,
Uh-huh.
where it's
It's
basically
called the floor is lava.
The floor is lava.
Oh my god!
It's essentially it's exactly what you think it is. So the world starts filling up with lava. They have a volcano in the world now.
Okay.
And it slowly fills up, and then everybody starts fighting for high ground.
Wow.
And eventually, at the end game, everybody ends up on the side of this volcano, building, fighting, trying to kill each other.
This game is just one big stupid.
I gotta
meme.
say that's more interesting than a storm closing in, though.
Yeah.
At least they've got that unique, reason for the terrain changing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So the person who wrote the article said it was, it was really liberating. It was a unique experience, something he was kind of looking forward in Fortnite. But, dude, it's still a gimmick.
yeah, I know.
It's still a gimmick.
I still want to say though, Fortnite's the only one doing something unique every week.
It is,
there's
and-
something cool happening there every single
And
week.
I appreciate
Or
that.
different, maybe not cool.
I appreciate that about it, but I'm not going to go play solo by myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
In Fortnite just for all that. I think it's been a full season now that I haven't played.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I actually opened Fortnite. I did play it a little bit, but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I think I played before there was even seasons were even a thing. So, and I can say that I did that with Apex too. I played
Yeah.
it before seasons were even a thing.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of seasons, when it comes to Apex Legends, the whole Battle Pass thing is so disappointing.
I know. I bought it too.
There's nothing. Oh, did you really?
I bought it,
Did you buy the
yeah.
big one?
No. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay. You just bought the
I
cheap
did the
one.
math, and at minimum you have to pay $30. You have to buy over the amount of Apex coins just to buy it, and then you have these extra Apex
you
coins.
do. And they don't just give you an option to just pay for the battle pass itself. You have to buy the coins separate
Yeah.
and then spend them. So instead of like just spending X amount of money for the battle pass, you have to buy the coins, which will give you more coins than you need,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, I don't even think you would have enough to buy chests at that point.
They want you to have an uneven amount so that you're like, well, I have some. I can't let them go to
yeah,
waste,
might
so I
as
got to
well
buy a
spend
few
them.
more. That's brilliant.
Dang it.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think if
Dang
you
it.
buy is $10 for like 1,000. So if you buy 1,000, you have to buy $40. If you buy a $10 pack, you have to buy $40 worth. If you buy like the normal pack for the thing, it's $30.
Uh-huh.
So either
Yeah.
or, you're paying over $30 for
Wow.
this extra DLC.
And
for
I
this
thought
extra
a
battle
racket.
pass.
I thought I was bad for spending a couple thousand on Dota,
Wow.
which is a thing.
That's a lot of money.
That's a
So
lot of money.
man, in the end, everybody, all these game studios are gonna make a battle royale, something like that.
Yeah, of course they are. Absolutely.
Everybody's gonna play them, and eventually nobody's gonna be making them, and it's gonna die out.
It's like what happened with music games, like the Guitar
Yeah.
Hero games.
Ugh.
They just saturated the heck out of that
You're
market.
bringing up an old wound.
I know. I'm sorry.
I loved rhythm games so
They were
much.
great, but
Yeah.
if we got like one every couple years, it would have been fine. But
Yeah.
at its peak, when Guitar Hero and Rock
Band.
Band were both at their
Mhm.
peak,
Yeah.
we got like 4 games that year.
Yeah.
It was just way too much.
I mean, Just Dance is still a game, but you don't need to buy peripherals for that. You
That's
can just
true.
play a dance game.
yeah.
So.
I still want like a Guitar Hero game that's all the games ever, every track from all the games ever. But obviously,
we'll buy that.
for licensing reasons, it'll never happen because they'd have to reacquire all the licenses for all those
say
tracks.
That.
Well,
You don't
hey,
think so?
We can dream.
Yeah, I know.
So-
That would be great. I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
So we have about 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Do you mind if we just banter a little bit?
We could.
Cool.
We could.
But we're not going to.
We
Okay,
could.
cool.
Well, what did you want to banter about?
Well, I wanted to talk about Nintendo putting everything on Switch.
Oh, sure. You know what? That'll seg nicely into some actual stuff about things coming to
Oh.
Switch. So start there.
No, well,
That was funny, though.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell us about it.
So as many of you guys know, unless you're living under a rock, it was April 1st on
Uh-huh.
Monday. And we definitely got some interesting things,
There's some fun stuff out there.
which was the Nintendo Direct for April 1st.
This came
which,
courtesy of IGN.
Yes. So, which at first I thought it was a legitimate
They did a good job.
direct.
It looked like the real thing.
And basically was that they were putting everything on Switch, and they started off really convincing. By they're like, we're gonna put every single game on Switch.
They started with Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, so they're like, Ocarina of Time is coming, and you can play either the old Nintendo 64 version or the remastered DS version.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, Wind Waker's coming to it, and then they're like, everything. So then they started like showing every single Legend of Zelda game, and at first you're like, wow, is this actually a thing? But then they get to like the last three, which was like
Wand of Gamelon.
Wand of Gamelon. I was
Faces
like,
of Evil.
got it, this is a joke.
I know.
And then like the expression of the guy's face just got more and more intense. He kept on like snapping his finger really hard. He's
So
like,
good.
everything is on Switch.
When we say everything, we mean everything.
We mean everything. Can I point out my personal favorite?
Which
Which
was
was Dungeons and Browser.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they went way beyond video games.
It was great.
Every app you could possibly think
yeah,
of.
TurboTax was another good.
TurboTax was on there.
was a good one.
I mean, I might do TurboTax on my Switch actually. if it
You
was
know
a thing.
what? That is something you would do.
I'm just saying.
You would
I'd
do-
consider it.
You would be the person to do your taxes on the Switch. So, out of all the like April Fool's things that I saw, that one might have been my favorite.
It was
which
funny.
Was the
It was
Nintendo
brilliant
Direct.
to start very convincing.
Yes.
Because they took it slow at the beginning with the first couple titles, and they talked about the details of the world and the port and stuff like
Yes.
that. It made you think, wow,
This could actually be a thing.
This could be it. And
Yeah.
then pretty soon it just devolved into insanity.
Yeah.
And he's like panning across the screen, snap, snap,
Yeah,
snap, over
snapping
and over
his finger.
again.
He's like, everything
It was
is
good.
coming to Switch.
I don't know who that guy was, but the little label underneath, it was very convincing. It was a Japanese name and
Yeah.
this position at Nintendo. They did their homework. They made it look right. They even got the background music just right.
They were sure going for
That
it.
was funny.
I
And
think,
sad. Very, very tragic and sad at the same time.
because I was like, wow, are these? I was like, I mean, this is not a. This would be a really cool thing to have these games come to Switch, but
It would.
I thought it was really funny that they started with Zelda instead
Mm-hmm.
of like Mario or something like that.
Yeah, well, people love Zelda. I'm not sure if you realize this, but people love Zelda.
No way.
It's a popular franchise. Well, do you want some news that's actually like
Sure.
related to that, but real?
Do you have any like
Do you want
April
something
Fool's
real?
things that made you chuckle a little bit?
No.
No? No? What, was that you?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was
Sounded like a boar grunt. Like, wow. You sounded like an enemy from Legend of Zelda.
That was intense.
Yeah, it was.
So
Give us some real news.
we got some roundabout news from
You got 10 minutes.
courtesy of
Make it quick.
Best Buy. So somebody that works at Best Buy snapped some photos of internal system screenshots
Yeah.
from their computer system
Uh-huh.
and showed evidence, quote unquote evidence, of some listings within their system for unannounced games coming to Switch.
Ooh.
Among them are, and these have all been heavily rumored, so it makes a lot of sense. Persona 5 makes perfect sense. They just announced like a sort of a Game of the Year remastered edition for PS4. Perfect time to bring that out also on Switch. The long-awaited, fabled Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. I need it. Give it to me.
Okay.
So that was in their listings. And this one's weird. This last one's weird. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Think about that for a second. What does that mean? That's a Super Nintendo game.
I don't know.
Does that mean Super Nintendo Virtual Console style thing coming to the eShop?
Can I?
Does it mean a remaster of that game akin to A Link's Awakening? I don't know.
Can I just point something out to you just real
Yeah,
quick?
good. Go ahead.
They in the Nintendo Direct like April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Some of the first games that like showed in a row were Persona 5. the Metroid Prime trilogy,
Uh-huh.
and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Like in a row, it was those 3 games.
Yeah.
Do you think that might have something to do with it?
I almost wonder if IGN is in on some of this and is almost trying to find a way to release news that's under embargo without actually releasing news and be crafty about it.
I don't know.
Oh,
What if they know it's actually coming and they put it in their joke video, but since it's a joke video, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, you would never believe it.
How funny would that be?
Just like Borderlands saying that it was going to come out on September 13th, say that it wasn't,
See?
and then
Similar.
release that it actually is.
That's the new April Fool's meme. Joke about something that's true, but it's not true yet.
But no one can believe it.
Right,
They're
because
like,
it's
"Oh,
April
God."
1st. We're not going to believe anything you say.
Yeah.
So if you look at these screenshots, it's pretty convincing. It looks like somebody just snapped a shot of, their internal computer system. So I hope that's all true. I want all those games. I've heard amazing things about Persona 5. I haven't played it yet. That would be something awesome to pick up on Switch. And then apart from that, going back to what you said about that IGN video, a well-known industry analyst, I guess, and sometimes news leaker on Twitter says that, here's a tweet from him. His name is Stealth40K. I don't really know much about him. I haven't followed him, but he has a lot of followers, so he's popular on Twitter. I don't know what the Best Buy Link to the Past listing is, but according to a few sources, Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD are both coming to the Switch eShop. Might be related to the Best Buy listing, might not. This is just rumor, so grains of salt and all that. So there's another person independently saying, here's some other games from that video that are actually coming, based on rumors and sources that he has talked to. Pretty cool.
Hey.
So it sounds like there's some Switch stuff coming.
That is awesome.
I know.
Well, you want to know what else is awesome?
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
Is it banter time?
I don't know. Zach?
Dude, I started playing Octopath.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's-
So it is
that's awesome.
indeed banter time.
I started
Officially.
playing Octopath again. That game is hard.
What's the problem?
It's an RPG. They're not meant to be
Hey,
easy.
did you start over?
No, I picked up. I don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know there's a cave I'm supposed to go into, and there's a really hard boss in there.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest.
That's every JRPG ever.
I think I fought this dude for like 20 minutes, and all of a sudden he spawns these dudes, right?
Uh-huh.
And he uses his attack and just kills everyone
Oh,
on
man.
my team.
He wipes you.
Yeah.
That
And-
happens. That happens.
Look,
so tough.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
So,
You should probably just restart the game.
why?
Or-
Because you cannot take a huge break from a JRPG and pick it back up.
Here's the thing, though,
unfortunately.
Scott. When it's menu-based and
Yeah.
you're just picking attacks out of menus, and
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like you have to remember a bunch of button combinations
No, I
and
know,
stuff. It's a
but-
different story. I
but-
think with the old-school JRPG, he might be able to hang. I would suggest, instead of what he said, that you just go grind, and level up. And you can out-level anything in a JRPG if you
But I
take
think
enough
at the
time to
same
grind.
time, half the fun is like restarting it and then getting to that same point again and absolutely plowing your way through it, and you're like, heck yes,
Yeah.
I did it, because you know what to expect up to
You
that
also
point.
have a really good point though, because I wanted to leave, but I'm stuck in this area for this
Oh,
mission
really?
quest.
Yeah.
Because I picked up a
I
character.
hate it when games do that.
I picked up a character, and they're like, "Hey, you have to do this. You can't leave. You have to finish it."
Okay.
I'm kind of just stuck there.
That happened to
Lame.
me in Final Fantasy X,
Uh-huh.
where I was on like the sky ship, and it was to the point where
It's called an airship, bro.
whatever, and I had to defeat like this giant dragon at the top of the ship. But I was clearly underleveled, but I couldn't go back, and the only enemies that were on the ship that I could actually face were so low level that they didn't give me any XP.
That's rough.
So I was like, well, I'm literally stuck and I cannot do anything. But the reason I brought that up, why you should restart the game, is because I was having a hankering to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I was like, I don't remember a single thing about this game. I think I'm just going to suck the bullet,
That's 100% a game you have to
And-
restart.
just end the game, restart it.
That's one of those games that has 15 to 20 hours of tutorial.
Yeah.
So if you tried to jump back in, you would be completely lost.
Yeah. So, but hey, I know what to expect. So, like I said, that's the thing, is that you get to a point, you know what to expect. You restart your progress, and then you can plan up to that point. And then by that point, you're either A, going to absolutely dominate where you were and then be able to get a lot further, or B, fail.
Or it will confirm why you quit in the first
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I was getting a hankering.
You should, dude.
I
That game's
know.
amazing.
I know.
I played the
know.
heck out. I never played the DLC, or it's not even DLC. It's almost like a new game.
It has Shulk and Fiora in it.
I know.
So, and they can be blades, which
There
is
are
pretty
blades.
dope.
Yeah, it's weird. I
I'd
don't know
lo-
if it actually connects to the story.
No, it doesn't.
in any more direct way
But
than that.
man,
But
I'd love to have Shulk as my blade.
Yeah?
Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
like in real life,
Yeah, dude. Me
yeah,
and Shulk.
for sure. He's your boy, right?
I mean, I will get the Monado tattooed on me at some point.
will you?
I want 100%.
Yeah, but which symbol are you going to put in it?
Smash. No, I'm joking.
It's not a real symbol.
I'd probably get Buster. That
Okay.
was like the main one I used.
Well, you are a
so.
buster, so that just fits. I don't even know what a buster is.
What are you trying to
Something
say?
the kids say, and I was trying to be hip.
No.
Did it work?
No.
Are
I
you
feel like
fooled?
you just offended me and called me fat.
A buster? Is it?
Wow.
I don't know, man.
Wow, that's
I don't think
real
that's
rude.
it.
Hey, Zach.
I'm having real trouble grinding through video games, dude.
Yeah,
That is-
maybe.
you are not playing the right games if you don't like grinding. Like you
I
shouldn't be
know.
playing
It's true.
RPGs.
I know.
100%. I'm telling you
Most
right
of them
now.
have a good chunk of grinding.
you would never last in like an MMO.
I'm like,
RPG.
I think when I get to that point, like right now, like I talked about in Celeste, I'm at a point where it's like, every
Beat the
time
game.
I die,
Dude, finish Celeste.
the
What are you
game.
doing with your life?
Beat the game.
every time I fail,
Yeah.
and I get killed, I'm like, how much time do I have to commit to this game right now?
You're far enough in the game where you should keep going.
But
Do it.
But I'm telling you guys, have heard this firsthand how like complicated this has been for me.
What, Celeste?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
It's been tough, man.
It's a hard
Suck
game.
it up, Buttercup.
It's so worth it.
The game is meant to be hard. You went into knowing it was difficult. You literally watched me struggle.
Yeah, but
And I
you're so
did it.
calm.
Yeah, because I absolutely loved everything about the game.
Yeah.
By the way, I got my vinyl.
Oh, cool, man.
It's
Did
so
you get your
good.
scarf yet?
No, I haven't. I'm
Okay.
still waiting on that.
That's cool.
But I got my vinyl. I'm really happy about it.
Okay.
Hey, Zach, do you have a question? We're coming up here. So.
When did we were talking about JRPGs here?
Yes, we were talking about JRPGs.
When did the very first Dragon Quest come out?
Oh my God.
That's easy.
1996.
Are you kidding me right now?
Maybe a
You're over a decade off.
Oh,
Sorry to ruin your answer there.
1986.
You're closer for sure.
I have no idea.
I think it was like 1985.
I'll go with 1986.
Yeah, and it wasn't called Dragon Quest. It was called Dragon Warrior back then.
Ooh, you are.
I schooled you on your trivia.
You're
You
wrong.
might want to pick a new question.
You're-
real
No, that
quick.
was fun.
You're wrong, my friend.
Oh, wait, about the name or
Yeah,
the year?
about the name.
It was called Dragon Warrior. In Japan, it was. Well, no,
He's talking
was it
about-
Dragon Quest in Japan? Then when it was localized, we called it Dragon Warrior in the States?
Yes.
See, so when I was a kid in the 80s and played it, that's how I remember it.
So
We called it Dragon
a
Warrior.
bonus question: When did Dragon Warrior debut in North America?
Okay. 86.
Still gonna.
Same year. Huh?
85. No, 85, 86 is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
I'm gonna go with 1886.
18. Okay,
Yeah.
go back in
Hey,
time.
Nintendo hadn't even been founded yet.
Stop making logic.
I'm
I have no
sorry.
idea.
All
I
right,
have no
y'all.
idea.
Thank you for
Well,
listening.
calm down.
What?
Yo.
You want to do that show?
Chill.
He thought trivia would take a little longer.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna take
How
a
much
little bit
how much time
longer.
we got?
We got about. Okay, now you can start.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Hey,
Well,
guys.
I
if
won't
you-
say what I was
if
going
you-
to say.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to talk about Yoshi a little bit.
No,
I could say
we
it
don't
for
have that much.
next- I could
We
save
don't
it
have
for
that much
next week.
time. No, that's
Whatever.
that's too much.
It's on the list. Just saying.
for next week.
Yeah.
we'll forget about it.
Fine. Be that way.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to episode 63
Shut down.
of the
Yeah.
Video Game Pharmacy podcast.
Yeah.
You can find us on social media at Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
I feel like you shouldn't
Twitch.
start with Instagram. You should start with Twitter.
Uh,
That's the one we use
we
the most.
we are very active on
Well,
Twitter.
we should probably start with
actually.
iTunes, shouldn't
Yeah, we should.
we? That should be the first
I
place
mean, we're
people are
all-
looking for us.
I mean, regardless of how we say we're going to do it, we are
Uh-huh.
always all over the place.
That's
so,
true. Yeah.
That's it. It'll never
keep
be
it
a right
interesting.
thing.
Find us on iTunes, leave us a rating, leave us some comments, some feedback, what you think about the show.
Tweet at us.
Tweet at us, let us know what
Yeah.
you think.
Hit us in the face with them tweets.
If you have anything you want us to talk about, even though we're not experts on anything,
Hey, I beg to
we'll
differ.
talk about it.
except Nintendo.
We're experts on our opinions.
All right. Thank you, Brittin.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you to NWCZ
Oh,
Radio.
yeah. Thank you to NWCZRadio.com.
Yeah, thanks,
for
guys.
allowing us to use your guys' studio. We love your faces.
And
It's
I'm
all
Zach.
true.
I'm Scott.
I'm Brittin. This has been great.
Bye-bye.
Yikes. Bye, guys.
See you guys next week.
The pharmacy is now closed.